Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Blue Archive. Oh boy, the new story content is here, the second half of the our stories, which left us on a bit of a cliffhanger last time. But the last thing that we did was one of the events. I think it was Hina's summer break. I don't remember, but we're going back to the story now, where it's all nice and serious. Oh wait, no, that was before I did the I did the story. Okay, never mind. But we got some new story we gotta do. Let's see what happens now, shall we? Been waiting for this. It was kind of a dirty cliffhanger that they left us on last time. Sweet lies! Sensei, you're an outsider to Kivoto, so surely you understand the importance of promises such as contracts, deals, and other similar bindings, correct? Have you ever heard the phrase, making a deal with the devil? History is full of tales of transcendental entities being defeated after making a promise. It makes you think, doesn't it? A promise can bind you, control you, even define you, whether it's spoken or even a scrap of paper. Contracts, commandments, promises, these are fundamentally important to the foundation of Kivotos, just like in tales of old. For example, the Trinity's scriptures tell of the 10 Commandments our ancestors promised to keep with the divine. The text also tells us that long ago, we were expelled from paradise for breaking that promise. But you're already familiar with the power of a promise. You used it to save someone. Recall what gematria required of the abbatial students to make a contract. But once that contract was invalid, gematria had no choice but to retreat. This incident is similar. At its core, the Eden Tree is an agreement between two academies. However, consider the special site in which it was to be held. Also, evaluate the authority held by the representatives gathered to finalize the treaty. The Arius squad used these elements to twist the Eden Tree into recreating the conditions of the First Council. Even the guardians of the original commandments, the St. Justina Council, were brought forth via mimesis. In other words, they've twisted the contract and manipulated its outcome for their own gain. Much like how gematria, you said adults should act, isn't that right? Let me be clear. I know of that because I've been observing them through your dreams. They're beyond my understanding, I'm afraid. Incomprehensible. But yes, gematria are the ones backing Arius. Now, Arius has a formidable army at their disposal that will not relent and cannot die. Great. And they've done it under the name of the same paradise from which we were expelled, Eden. Wonderful. She's mad! Oof, that looked like it hurt. Did she lose? Looked like it. So naive. Attacking without thinking. Have you lost your touch, Azusa? Guerrilla warfare is your specialty. Outwit and attack the enemy when they're at their most vulnerable. Are you foolish enough to think you had a chance of attacking me head on? Uh-oh. Sorry. What have you done? What are you hoping to accomplish? How much time do we have? About 5 minutes. Both academies' reserve forces will have grasped the situation and arrived by then. That should be enough. Stand her up. You saved me the trouble of finding you, Azusa. Your betrayal caused us to change our plans somewhat, but in the end, it was nothing we couldn't account for. I expected Mika to join us today, but we have no use for that foolish girl anymore regardless. Nagisa was a threat, but even she didn't suspect what would happen by simply attending the signing ceremony. Even the sisterhood has been disposed of, an added bonus. So allow me to answer your questions. We've stolen the Eden Treaty. We dropped a cruise missile in the cathedral playing host to the ceremony, wiped out the zealots, and captured the treaty for ourselves. You seem confused. Did you forget, Azusa? We're entitled to represent Trinity. Consider this treaty the revival of the First Council, the time where all factions that would make up the Trinity gathered, all except Arius. By reenacting that day, we still have authority. The treaty reads, when a dispute arises between Trinity and Gehenna, the dispute shall be resolved through the Eden Treaty organization. All we did was add to that clause. It continues to say, an Arius satellite squad shall act as said Eden Treaty organization. That by itself wouldn't mean much. Well, if not for the commandments, that is. The St. Justina Council, the guardians of the commandments and the Trinity's legendary armed forces. To be exact, the ones before are just mimesis, but they'll carry out their sacred duty all the same. Any hostilities between Trinity and Gehenna will be considered a violation of the divine commandments and will be handled accordingly. Now I understand. This attack wasn't about eliminating the leaders of both academies or causing chaos. This was about revising the Eden Treaty and securing those mysterious soldiers. No, Atsuko, I can't go back. It's useless to win her over, Hime. This one's will is too stubborn to be broken so easily. That's right. There's been someone by her side encouraging that stubbornness, hasn't there? A wicked adult that distorts the truth of this world and has filled your head with lies. But now they've been dealt with. We can begin re-educating you slowly from the very beginning. There's no rush. What have you done as sensei? Seem to be enjoying yourself on Trinity. Were you having fun? Did you take a liking to those people and think they understood you? How futile. We're the only ones who could ever understand you. We're the only ones who would accept the real you. This is where you belong. You've averted your eyes from the truth and been blinded by nothing but sweet lies. Your weakness is to blame for your defeat. Do you wish to stop us? Then destroy my halo, Azusa. The commandments will last for eternity so long as we, the arbiters of this Trinity, still exist. There's no way to stop it. There's no other way to stop us. But ask yourself, are you truly capable of that? You failed your mission to destroy Seiya's halo. You did your best to wash your hands of the matter. You even tried to deceive us. But in the end, you don't have what it takes. It's only a matter of time before we find Seiya again and finish what you couldn't. What is this? A stuffed animal? Azusa! Still trying to run away? That was one of the Tea Party support unit's artillery leader. They responded quicker than expected. We're taking fire from 50mm mortars in the other direction as well. Those must be the prefect team grenadiers. They also responded quicker than expected, even with Hina indisposed. Gehenna has betrayed us! Defeat them and save the wounded! Visibility improving. Gehenna Grenadier spotted up ahead. How dare they lay a finger on the head prefect? They must pay for this. Wipe out Trinity's forces and save the president. Support units seek out and aid the wounded. What about you, Senior Administrator? You're wounded. Never mind me. All that matters is finding and securing the head prefect. Oh boy. They're attacking the wrong people. I've confirmed Gehenna and the Tea Party's reserve forces standing outside the cathedral have also begun to move. Both Academy's armed divisions will be here soon. Azusa. We can deal with her later, leader. What are your orders? We've secured the council. Next is Trinity. We'll use the underground passageways to infiltrate their campus. Even if it was just for a time, Azusa came to call that place her home. She sought to replace where she came from with those delusions. So I'll erase it. there won't be a single trace left. That's what you get through treachery, huh? Damn, these guys are hardcore. We've infiltrated Trinity's inner grounds before during the attacks on Seiya and Nagisa. This should be simple enough. As for Gehenna, they can be dealt with at a later time. They're no threat without Hina. I have no objections, leader. I suggest we wait here until that wooden doll secures a tactical weapon we were promised. We can deal with the tanks and reserve forces in the meantime. I suppose that would be for the best. Let's show them just who they're dealing with. Welcome, Trinity, the originators of our suffering and the contemptible recreants from the pits of Gehenna. What? We're gonna fight them all here? Here after all? Oh, that's gonna be really tough. But I guess there's no getting around that, huh? Oh boy. Hear my words, Council. Follow words of the ETO and eliminate those heretics. Who are they? Are these ghosts? Ah! Uh-oh. Not looking too good. Aggravated confusion. Wait, you must leave campus grounds. Gehenna's going to attack. We have to do something. Oh no. Things are in utter disarray. Hanako, make up word club. Mari? It is you, Mari. I'm glad you're safe. You just missed it. Some of the Tea Party's radical followers issued mobilization orders. They're conscripting students. What? They shouldn't have that authority. What's going on? Sakurako's also missing. The only person who can respond to this crisis is you, Hanako. But there's something Hanako. Hey you, over there! You're one of ours, correct? An emergency draft has been issued. Report to the club room immediately. Who, me? But the president and vice president are missing. We have to hurry. But Go. There are people who need both of you. I'll continue looking for Azusa. Are you sure? But Hifumi? I'll be fine. In fact, Azusa might just come back on her own. I'll contact you as soon as I see her. Okay. I'll see you later. Understood. Let's be off, Mari. Yes. Not looking too good for everybody. Oh, Azusa, what the heck is going on? A sudden explosion at the Eden Tree signing ceremony has left everything surrounding the cathedral in utter chaos. This is what happened when... Uh-oh. I tried to warn you, Nagi. There was no other way for the things to go. This is the kind of world we live in. It is what it is, just to say I said. A sudden explosion at the Eden Tree signing ceremony has left everything surrounding this cathedral in utter chaos. The two Academy security forces are now advancing upon the cathedral. We don't have a visual from here, but the sound of gunfire and explosions means the fighting has broken out. The number of casualties and extent of the damage have yet to be confirmed, and... Breaking news! The Tea Party has called for an urgent meeting at Trinity. We're now getting word that the Pandemonium Society has done the same at the Gehenna. The two academies preparing to declare a state of emergency? Oh. Shinon! Don't you think it's time we retreat too? Good thinking, Mai. Our broadcast will continue once we've made it to a safe distance. Has the cause of the explosion been found? Where's Sakurako? How many were injured? Has no one heard from Nagisa? President Tsurugi and Vice President Hasumi are still unaccounted for. What are the sisters' mobilization orders? We have to declare martial law at this rate. Suspicious activity has been reported at Tea Party headquarters. Representatives from each faction are beginning to gather there. The sisters that were put on standby at the cathedral are now engaged in Gehenna's forces, awaiting orders. And our forces must be Sorasaki Hina. Everyone, please calm down. Urawa Hanako, What is it you want? Let me take things from here. At Sakurako's request. What was that? She's speaking the truth. Sakurako asked for that Hanako to take command should anything happen to her. I can vouch for that. Even if those are Sakurako's orders, she is still an outsider. We don't have time for that. The temporary chain of command needs to be established in the absence of all Tea Party hosts. Or else Trinity will collapse from the top down. This is flaw. This is a flaw with the what kind of word is that? Triumvirate system. With all three hosts gone, chaos will begin to reign. The different factions each member used to keep in check are going rampant. Our top priority is to regain control and calm the situation. Understood. This is what Sakurako wanted. Yes, no objections. Let's hurry and establish the chain of command. Then do what you can to stop the skirmishes that have broken out. Take care to evacuate any wounded you find. Our forces will also need to gather every bit of information from the surroundings, including eyewitness testimony along the way. A riot has broken out at the building 14. The Patter faction is heading to Tea Party HQ to demand martial law be declared as we speak. Already? Please contact the Justice Task Force. We need to be in touch with the next in command in case of Tsurugi and Hatsumi's absence. No, wait. We're likely in utter chaos as well. How many forces do we have available right now? I'm sorry, Hifumi. Looks like I'll have to have my hands full here longer than I thought. I'm going to do everything I can. I just pray the others will be safe. We've received a request for reinforcing the Building 14 from the Tea Party officer. But we're being ordered to head straight to the cathedral. Now the Sisterhood is contacting us. What should we do? Now isn't the time to follow orders from other organizations. Our top priority is to save President Tsurugi and Vice President Hatsumi. We're also receiving reports from our members that have been dispatched around the city. Excuse me. What am I supposed to do now? Hey you, don't just stand there. Get back to your position. Huh? My position? My contraband storage? What's one of Gehenna's vehicles doing here? Looks like an ambulance. Is the driver out of her mind? Doesn't she realize the situation we're in? Stop her on her tracks. She's going to have to learn the hard way. I've come to transport someone who's been critically injured. Please clear the way. This is an emergency. Injured? Who cares about Gehenna's wounded? Please stop. The Remedial Knights? You know better than to attack an ambulance carrying the wounded. We aren't going to stand back and allow that. You'll have to go through us first. Captain Mina would be so disappointed in this situation if she was here. The captain of the Remedial Knights? You mean the same Mina that destroys everything and has her knights pick up the pieces? That's who you're threatening us with? It isn't like that. The captain doesn't mean to do any harm. She's just a little anachronistic is all. More like delusional. What do we do now? I think mentioning the captain backfired. I'll say. I knew the captain's reputation preceded her, but I didn't know it had gotten this bad. She is always saying things like, it's more effective to remove the cause of a wound than to treat it. Hey, back up! Coming any closer, you're getting an infection. Flash grenade incoming! What's this? I can't see! I think I'm gonna pass out. Everything's spinning. What's going on? Someone threw a flash grenade. Oh, that's enough. The vigilante crew won't overlook any such egregious disturbances to the peace. The vigilante crew? Suzumi! I owe you Remedial Knights for all the help you've given me. The wounded deserve to be cared for, regardless of their affiliation. The vigilante crew. I heard they even clash with the Justice Task Force when they have to. They're even crazier than the Remedial Knights. We don't have time for this. Let's get out of here. They finally left. Thanks for all that help, Suzumi. You saved us. Not at all. It's only natural for a vigilante to help when the peace is being disturbed. Suzumi, this is it. It's the vigilante crew's time to shine. Uzawa Raisa, you've aced the vigilante crew and I shall join you. Who's this? Sorry about that. I should go check on the others before they get carried away. Wait, Suzumi! Too late. There she goes. Gone with the wind like always. I should be thanking you, Remedial Knights. Oh, right. Don't mention it. That emblem means you're from Gehenna's Medical Emergency Club, right? Why bring a patient to Trinity's main building? Could the patient inside be from Trinity? No. It's Shale's ghost sensei. What? Sensei? Correct. Sensei suffered a gunshot wound. What? Uh-oh. What's Sensei's condition? Sensei is currently being treated in the Remedial Knights infirmary. They've lost a lot of blood, according to one member, and the wound has been treated. Will Sensei be all right? Yes, the Knights believe so. The injury isn't life-threatening, but the patient remains unconscious. Sensei. Projectile analysis is complete. We discovered that the weapon that struck the cathedral lacked a ramjet engine. That's impossible. How could she have gotten their hands on weaponry unlike anything else in Kavodos? I'm tracking the launch location now. Was it fired from their campus? No. The location is... I can't pinpoint it exactly, but it unquestionably came from within the Trinity district. We're receiving the restored camera footage from the explosion now. It's consistent with reports from our forces currently engaged in Gehenna at the cathedral. I'll play it now. What am I looking at? Are these what Sensei and the others were fighting against? Those outfits. It's the St. Justina Council. What? Hanako. The Council, the Eating Treaty, and the attacks on the Tea Party. The Arius Squad, the First Council, the Cathedral, the Target, the timing of the coup d'etat, the Catacombs, the rumors about the theme park, the location of Arius' district, the Guardians of the Commandments, the Eden Treaty, Eden, Paradise. Hanako, are you okay? I may have an idea. It relies on making several assumptions, but if my theory is correct, we may already be too late. Huh? It will only be a matter of time before Trinity and Gehenna disappear from Kavodos if things continue like this. Just as Arius did after the First Council. Uh-oh. Interesting. Hanako is a smart girl. She was able to discern the truth with what little information she had. She understood the circumstances, the culprit, and the fact that she has no means to stop it. It's tragic. Hanako realized all this just as she was growing to appreciate Trinity. She's not the only one who was arrived at the truth. Hifumi received a message while searching for Azusa. It was a text that only contained coordinates, a time, and an animal name as a code name. Peculiar, but Hifumi must have realized who the sender was. That was Azusa. It was Azusa! Azusa? It's me. Where are you? I came like you told me to. Are you there, Azusa? Please answer me. There she is. Azusa? Hifumi. Where have you been? The entire district is in panic right now. I know. Azusa? Someone has to put a stop to this. What do you mean? What's wrong? Azusa? Don't come any closer! Thank you, Hifumi. But this is goodbye. You mustn't come any closer. One more step. One more step and you'll be somewhere students don't belong. This is where I belong, not you. Zusa? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you saying that I'm not good enough? Is that what you mean? This place isn't for a normal girl like you, Hifumi. But Zusa! Murderer. Can you be friends with a murderer? What are you saying? Murder? You wouldn't do something like that. It's my fault. I'm responsible for what happened to Sensei. Everyone's just suffering because of me. The Justice Task Force, the Tea Party, the Sisterhood, even the students from Gehenna. Seiya is comatose, the city is being destroyed, and it's all my fault. It's only a matter of time before you, Hanako, and Koharu will be in danger too. Don't say that. It's not your fault. Everything will be okay. Sensei's going to wake up soon. I just know it. Hifumi. The real world isn't full of happy endings. I have to go now. I must destroy Sari's halo. There's no other way to end this. You can't be serious. There must be another way. I'm a killer. That is what I was trained to be. I was taught to kill as though it were natural as breathing. This is the real me. I don't belong in the world you're from, Hifumi. That isn't true. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for treating me so kindly. Thank you for the gift you gave me. Thank you for taking me to the beach and for the memories we made that day. Thank you for showing me there's beauty in the world. I'm happy I can learn and grow. Oh, they took that straight from the summer event, didn't they? Alongside you in the makeup work club. I had no idea learnings could be so fun. I'll never forget those days we spent together, and the things we learned. I'm grateful I had the opportunity to be a real student. Goodbye, Hifumi. Take care. Zusa? Please don't go. There has to be another way. I'm sure Sensei and the others will... Zusa. We promise we all go to the beach next time. We still need to see the debut of Perova's new anime. You can't leave me like this! Zusa! Oh boy. It's like Rurouni Kenshin all over again when Kenshin left Kaori. This is exactly what it reminds me of. I mean, this is kind of the same scenario. Only she can stop Saori, like how Kenshin could stop shit, what was his name? Shishio. This is very parallel to that. Kenshin tried to not be a manslayer anymore, just as how Azusa tried not to be a killer anymore, and they both were forced to go back to their old ways. Kenshin being a wanderer. Oh no, excuse me. Kenshin's trying to not be a wanderer anymore. Excuse me, not a manslayer. So Kenshin's trying not to be a wanderer anymore, just as she was trying not to be a killer. This is parallel to that. This is sort of what it reminds me of. What's going on here? That must be it. A tactical weapon, It's just a monster. A failure made from the doctrine of antiquity? Do you mean that doll Hime? You're making this difficult. It's a failure, but still fits the role of a tactical weapon nonetheless. Everything should be revealed shortly. The identity of the council, this tactical weapon, and our next objective. And by then, it will be too late. Contact the units on standby. It's time to advance upon Trinity. Oh boy. Now for the Leader? Well, what's wrong? How much time has passed since we were last here? About 3 hours? It's her. She's here. Her? You mean Zusa? Ah! A trap? But wouldn't she? There's more of them! Don't move! They're really meant to disorient us. She's trying to outwit us. Zeus will strike when we're most vulnerable. We must remain calm. Ah, she set timed ones too. We have to get out of here. Hot Hiyori! Damn it. I'm sorry. It hurts so much. Why must life always be suffering? She's down. Hiyori was her first target. She wanted to deal with the potential sniper. Does that mean she plans to make this a close quarters fight? Grenade! From above! She's going all out. Not holding back. Stop hiding, Shirasu Azusa. Do you think you can run? Chasing after her is exactly what she wants. I tried to stop her. Hey mate, how's Hiyori? I see. Then we're in for a long battle if Zeus is this determined. That sounds like the leader's weapon. It must have started. Tone down the audio just a little bit. It might be too loud. You can't hear me. There's no other choice. We should be going. You can't escape! Clever. You know you can't defeat me head-on, Azusa. That's why your only option is to run. Your only hope is to take me by surprise. Around the next corner should be... Ah! Atsuko. I won't. Azusa! Hold, leader. We're going in circles. It would be easy to summon the council to deal with this. The council will only intervene in a conflict between Trinity and Gehenna. They may not acknowledge Zeus as a Trinity student. Really? That's rather inconvenient. So they may still recognize her as part of squad. Just as the commandments themselves are up to interpretation. It's only natural that the position we've gained would have some disadvantages. Yes. That's why we have to settle this on our own. I've taught her everything she knows. The way she thinks, the way she fights. I'm the one best suited to defeat her. Let's keep up the pursuit. I'll try the opposite direction. Hime, you pick a different path too. Was that an earthquake? No, it couldn't be. The entire floor? When could she have set this trap? The entire floor is collapsing. Run! Oh, damn. She's determined. I can't move. Azusa! Lord. Checkmate. How's that picture I've been seeing? A valiant effort, but this is the end of the line. I know how you fight, how you think, how you move. Resisting was futile from the very beginning. How long? How long did Arius have that cruise missile? When did you gain control of those mysterious soldiers? Even that bomb capable of shattering a halo shouldn't have been possible. Do you understand why you were defeated, Azusa? It's because you're weak. What do you think qualifies someone to be a killer? It's obvious, isn't it? They must have the intent to kill. The scriptures say the first murder was carried out with but a single stone. Now, do you get it? It doesn't matter what tool you use, so long as you have the intent to kill. That is what matters. Whether it's a missile or a stone, they're only tools that carry out your own animosity. Nothing more, nothing less. Sorry. Where does that hatred come from? That hatred was only instilled into you at Arius. So where does it come from? Whose is it? Feudal. You're weak, Shirasu Azusa. Your weakness is a disease that binds and gnaws at you. Just like that stuffed animal you can't let go of, even now. The first gift you ever received from a friend, Feudal. Feudal. God damn. Ruthless. It's feudal, Shirasu Azusa. Friendship? It's nothing but futility and something to be done away with. Her name was here for me, was it? Stand aside, Hime. I'm holding back. I know her limits. Running again, are you? Damn, she's determined, not giving up. She got away. Well, no matter. She'll be back. She dropped this thing that's supposed to symbolize their friendship. I have no doubt she'll be back for it. Why am I sure? Because an insect that finds light in the darkness becomes unable to live without it. This worthless thing is her light. It's the hope keeping her going. She won't give it up so easily. Azusa will have no choice but to return. And when she does, I'll capture her and remind her of the truth of this world. Oh boy. By force, if I must. Is there something inside of it? Oh, it's a bomb! From the Sei operation! He may run! Damn. Oh boy. I'm sorry, Yufumi. So sorry. Now there's no turning back. Goodbye, everyone. I'm sorry. Oh boy. The fifth cone. Right. This is where all that struggle has led to. I warned Azusa that this would be the outcome, but she clung on to hope nonetheless. It's time I told you the end of the story, the conclusion. This is an ending where everything is in vain, and delving deeper will only lead to more suffering. The climax to a story where one person is forced to kill another, but he must become a murderer. It's a story meant to make you uncomfortable, uneasy, and leave you unhappy. Gloomy, sad, painful, and ultimately bittersweet, but entirely truthful. That's the essence of this tale. Do you remember, Sensei, what you said in response to the fifth cone? You had to believe in paradise, and you had to put trust in others. This is the result of that trust. It was a paradox to begin with, the Eden Tree being a promise to put an end to hatred once and for all. That simply isn't possible. Ironically, the tree bears the name of Paradise. The General Student Council president always did have an unpalatable sense of humor. You've witnessed it yourself, the hatred between Gehenna and Trinity. Arius' deep-seated animosity. The tree bearing the name of a paradise that cannot be proven was signed driven by their rancor. A fitting end for those of us who were exiled in paradise, don't you think? I get it now, Seiya. You don't know what happens next either, do you? Huh? No, because there's no point in knowing. What happens next is like an epilogue after the ending. Knowing will only lead to more sadness and suffering. I'm confused then. What is there to get, Sensei? You're afraid of finding out what happens after. What makes you think that? That's why you're hiding in your dreams and won't wake up. I'm not... Sensei, what are you saying? There's somewhere else I need to be. What? You're going back? Stop. Unlike me, your body hasn't fully recovered. Even if you manage to wake up now, nothing will change. That's what I foresee. It's the truth of the world as told by the 7 cone. I don't care about the cone's riddles. Are you denying the 7 cones? But why? The existence of paradise is life's ultimate question. If its existence can't be proven, then nothing can be. Are you trying to say that you still believe in paradise? You can't prove it, but you choose to believe that blind faith that exists. Can we prove anyone has ever reached paradise? The question isn't really about proving the existence of paradise, but simply a call about the nature of faith. Is that what you're implying? Sorry, my students are waiting for me. See you later, Seiya. Wait, Sensei, there's still one more thing I must ask you. Faith alone won't change anything. It won't stop your prayers from falling on deaf ears. Where is the rationale that faith can change the world? If you believe your bikini bottoms are panties, then they're what the fuck? With panties? I'm not sure I follow. And what do they have to do with bikini bottoms? This is the some type of cone? I've never heard of this before. I just leave. So that's how it is. You intend to see the epilogue after all, Sensei. Leaving me here hiding in my dreams. Perhaps you were right. Maybe I am afraid of finding out what happens next. What's on the next page? Must I see the story all the way to the end? I suppose that's my duty. Very well, Sensei. Even if it's a gloomy, sad, painful, and ultimately bittersweet story, I will see it through to the end. Zusa, you turned the gift you cherish as much as your life into a murder weapon. The bomb that was meant to destroy my halo. You still had it all this time. Hime? Hime! However, Sari is still alive. Her wounds may be great, but she lived. Because Atsuko protected her. Hime, get a hold of yourself! Atsuko! Atsuko is the one they referred to as Hime. She must be precious to Sari. The royal blood's strength is weakened. Could she be dead? I can't have my experiments disrupted. The communal sanctorium is not yet ready. Perhaps I was mistaken. She had already taken precautions. Such is the course of one with precious royal blood. So be it. It will take time, but it's the least I can do for a temporary comrade. Continue the experiment. Sal. Hime, are you okay? Thank goodness. She won't get away with this. Azusa, how dare you hurt Hime? You'll pay for this! Azusa! I mean, you kind of had it coming, lady. So, Itsuko's still alive. Yet I have little doubt that bomb would have destroyed my halo. It even wounded Saori despite her being shielded from the brunt of it. Perhaps Itsuko's halo has its own guardian angel. Regardless, this is sure to throw a wrench in Arius' squad's plans. Their all-out assault on Trinity has been delayed, and their hold on the council has been weakened. The fighting at the cathedral is also slowing down. It will be possible to search and rescue the wounded with the two sides at a stalemate. As for Azusa, this new turn of events may ease her despair, if only slightly. Another wounded spotted! Requesting transport! This way, bring the stretcher! Over there's another! President, we've rescued the Pandemonium Society members that were on board the airship that crashed into the lake. Chair Makoto was among the recovered. The lake? The chair is a lucky woman. We'll take care of the transportation. Continue your rescue efforts. Place any more you find into intensive care units. Yes, ma'am! What of the prefect team? Senior Administrator Ako remains in command. The head prefect has suffered serious injuries and is still unconscious. The head prefect supported the Eden Tree more than any of us. Huh? Nothing. Please continue as you were. A storm is coming. Hurry. The Justice Task Force President Tsurugi is seriously injured, and Vice President Hasumi is in critical condition. Sakuraka is also in bad shape. The remedial Knight's infirmary is full, so we're transporting them to empty rooms in the old library. No. Sakurako? What about Nagisa? We're still searching for her. Emergency! Radical Tea Party followers are preparing to declare war on Gehenna. What? We can't allow that to happen. Especially not now. It's the Justice Task Force. They're marching to the cathedral. One of our units is doing their best to stop them. Huh? What? The Tea Party's lower members must be in total disarray. We have to do something. The fight needs to cease so we can put our focus into the rescue efforts. This is getting out of hand. What am I supposed to do? Seiya. Help me, Sensei. What do you mean the president disappeared? I mean, she was lying there just a moment ago. Find her. She couldn't have gone far. She's in no condition to be going anywhere with those injuries. Yes, ma'am. President Hina. So the head prefect has vanished. Her heart has had to endure a lot. I hope it didn't break. Is the formal declaration prepared? It's ready. Good. Let's not wait a moment longer. I'm begging you, wait! Urawa Hanako? Who let you in? Per Trinity bylaws, war cannot be declared without a proper Tea Party host. Didn't you see the footage? Gehenna's not our enemy. I don't have all the details yet, but I'm sure Arius is all the ones behind what's happening. They were able to infiltrate catacombs in the Trinity district. Arrest her. So you pledge your allegiance to the Sisterhood after all. What? You're correct. We reviewed the footage. We identified those strange entities as the St. Justina Council. We also know the modern-day ties the Sisterhood has with the Council. That's why we had no choice but to take the cathedral. You can stop playing detective now, Urawa Hanako. We've also confirmed the missile's launching point. It came from the cathedral ruins, an area controlled by the Sisterhood. Your assertion may be correct. It could be that Arius infiltrated our district through the catacombs below. But that leads us to believe Arius and the Sisterhood were working together all along. It's not outside the realm of possibility, especially given how shrouded in mystery the Sisterhood keeps itself. That is why we, the Patter faction, have taken matters into our own hands. Don't tell me the rest of the Tea Party is... Correct. Filius and Sanctus faction members who oppose or reserve judgment regarding our actions have been placed into custody. This is a coup d'etat. Is it? You're forgetting that one Tea Party leader remains. Patter faction leader and Tea Party attendee Misono Mika. She'll be released so that we can carry out an all-out war against Gehenna, just as she wanted. Right this way, Miss Mika. It's all going to shit! What will you do now, Azusa? You managed to save many others through resolve, but you failed to abolish the council by voiding the commandments. Gehenna's Hina disappeared, and Trinity's Hanako has been arrested. Mika is even free now. Is this the ending you were fighting for? In the end, it surely was futile, fleeting and meaningless like a dream. No, not yet. Azusa? Oh, she speaks. Now isn't the time to give up. You have to act. If you have time to feel sorry for yourself, then you have time to think of a solution. The next plan, the next goal, whatever comes next. I can't stop here. There has to be a way. The council hasn't disappeared. Sora and Atsuko are safe after all. No. Regardless of that, I have to keep moving. Sorry, must be stopped. There's no other way. Azusa, you still intend to fight? Even knowing it's all in vain? You still insist. Why? How? A battle has broken out. We have to respond. There's a riot in progress at Building 5. What should we do? Huh? Weren't you put in the Make-up Work Club? You haven't officially been cleared to return to duty yet, have you? What are you doing here? Huh? Well, we don't have time for this. Go to the containment block if you have nothing better to do. There should be something to keep you busy there. But oh man, poor Koharu. Sorry. Leader. Prepare to march on Trinity. We need more time. She's right. Hime is wounded and the council isn't doing so hot. We have no choice but to return to the cathedral and renew the commandments. Fine. We'll do as you said. Now, let's go. I said now! Oh, jeez. Please, Miss Mika, this way. Miss Mika! We're sorry for taking so long. You're free now. I see. Now I understand what must be going on. Are y'all fans of mine or something? Have you come for my autograph? No, that's not it. Trinity's in a state of emergency, I know. You're going to declare war on Gehenna, aren't you? That's too funny. Precisely. This is our opportunity to wipe Gehenna off the map. Just as you wished, Miss Mika. We'll follow your orders. Please issue a command to prepare for battle throughout all of Trinity. You're right. I do hate Gehenna. I'm so flattered that you remembered. What of it? Is that why you're all acting like a bunch of crazed fanatics? Pardon me? It's kind of pathetic, barging in here appealing to my hatred, pleading with me to do your dirty work. Can't you see how funny it is? It's Mika, don't you think you're going over the line? Am I? Sorry if you're the one who's offended. It's like you said, I do hate Gehenna, so much so that there are times where I would like to see it burn like I like to burn them all like the ants under a magnifying glass. But you know what? Now isn't one of those times. Did you hear me? I don't feel like it. So why don't you all be good girls and just go home? You're wasting your time. You don't feel like it? How can you say something like that? This is a critical moment in Trinity's history. So what? It's wrong to force someone to do something they don't feel like doing, you know? It's just like my hatred for Gehenna. It's just because. There's no greater meaning or purpose behind it. So stop wasting your breath and mosey along. I'm not in the mood to deal with this. Find someone else who will let you use their hatred on your behalf. What did you just say? Did I stutter? I'm telling you, it's stupid to send someone else to order you to carry out your own hate. That's not true. You harpy! This is the thanks we get for breaking you out of prison? Ouch. Picking on the unarmed is a little unfair, don't you think? Okay, that one hurt. Know your place! Or would you lose your place in the tea party? Is this how you show gratitude, huh? Lord. What are you doing? And who are you? Bullying is illegal. She's totally outnumbered. I won't allow it. Open my eyes, I'm finally awake! Sensei, you're awake! You shouldn't be moving yet. Where do you think you're going? You insist on fighting too, Sensei? So that your students can remain just students. They shouldn't have to become things such as soldiers or killers. That's the kind of outcome you're fighting to prevent, isn't it? Because that's how things should be. It isn't that simple, Sensei. You're facing malice and distrust that dates back generations, practically an eternity. Then it's time someone put a stop to it. Yeah! Alright, here's the deal. I've already finished with this whole chapter, and after editing down the things that needed to be edited down, this video came pretty close to 2 hours long, about an hour and 58 minutes. So I am going to be breaking it up. So this is going to be where I'm going to be editing this part. I figured this would be the best part because this is where, well, it's kind of the best and worst part because this is where things are starting to get hyped up. So this is probably like the most reasonable place to kind of like stop for right now, I guess. So when we come back, we will continue. Well, we will be continuing with the story. We'll see how this all really gets resolved, and let me tell you, it's quite something. I'm not gonna say anything, but it's pretty fucking hype. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next part. We will wrap up the Eden Treaty later.